Tonight on America's Hope, we'll hear from star Parker and Steve Amerson and what they both have to say about being involved in politics in the most unusual way. America's Hope starts now. From the NTD Global Headquarters in New York, I'm Kelly Wright, and this is America's Hope. Good evening. Thank you for joining us this hour. We do hope that you're safe and well, taking care of yourself and your family because you matter. This time right now, some of you are at the RNC because you believe that it matters. You're at that RNC convention to actually watch the Republican Party nominate former President Donald Trump to be its presidential nominee going into the presidential election of November 2024. But tonight we're going to depart from the RNC, and while it's going on, we want to focus on someone who's been very vocal about Republicans and Democrats. She is Star Parker. She'll be joining us tonight. She's a noted author, columnist, TV host, and the founder of Cure. And then we're also going to be joined by Steve Amerson, a recording artist who has found a way to reach out to members of Congress, both sides of the aisle, Republican and Democrat. He has a unique way of reaching out to them with his word on the Hill. Let's get started. My first guest is a friend, someone that I haven't talked to in a couple years, but when you're a good friend, that friendship is always the glue that holds you together, and she is noteworthy. Her name is Star Parker. Many of you have heard of her. She is the president of the Center for Urban Renewal and Education, better known as Cure, which she founded in 1995, and Star serves on the U.S. Commission on Civil Rights, California Advisory Committee, and previously served on the U.S. Frederick Douglass Bicentennial Commission. In 2017, Star joined the White House Opportunity Initiative advisory team and has served on the board of directors of the National Religious Broadcasters and the Leadership Institute. And Star is a nationally syndicated columnist and the author of several books, including Uncle Sam's Plantation: How Big Government Enslaves America's Poor and What We Can Do About It. And Star, it's just good to have you on the program. How you doing?
Well, thanks. It's good to be back with you.
Yeah, it's good to, look, you've got a lot going on, and certainly there's a lot going on in America right now. Oh, there's such a thing as the presidential election that's coming up, where we see former President of the United States, Donald Trump, going against the current President of the United States, Joe Biden. Both have a message to America, and Americans have a decision to make come November. As you look at politics, something that you studied, and government, something that you studied and worked in for a while, what do you see on the landscape of this election?
Well, I think I see what everyone is seeing, that we have two conflicting views of where we should go in the future for our country. We have one that believes in individualism and freedom and personal responsibility. We have the other side that wants to micromanage every aspect of everyone's lives. So therefore, it's rooted in socialism and a lot of statism, as well as secularism, that anyone can do anything they want anytime they want to do it. When you see someone overselling abortion and why they should kill the offspring, as opposed to the party that's saying, no, maybe we should at least have restrictions. And then those of us like myself who say it's a crime against humanity, we shouldn't be doing it at all. I think most Americans are starting to get comfortable with what the choices are going to be, and very uncomfortable that they have to make a decision.
You say it correctly, that there are decisions out there and choices to be made. You talked about abortion, you talked about the other aspects of the Biden and Trump way of leading government. There's also the immigration issue. I've been to the Texas border, and I'm sure you have too. And what many people...
No, I haven't.
Many American citizens living in Texas, they're saying, hey, do something here because we feel that we're being infiltrated, invaded, and the people that we see coming across the border now illegally mean harm for America and nothing good for America. What do you say about their assessment of what they're living through?
Well, we've seen a lot of the harm, and not just in Texas, all across the country. Broken border is not a new phenomenon. In fact, when President Trump came to town, he decided that maybe we need to do something about that broken border, and he did. And through his efforts, we started seeing decreases in the amount of people that not only snuck into our country, but decreases in crime. He did a criminal justice reform bill that allowed for us to refocus on state laws when it comes to how we treat criminals, what we do in our policing. And then we saw the Biden administration come in and undo and unravel all of those efforts. So now we are being, as many call it, invaded, and it's impacting every place in America, including here in Washington, D.C.
So on another subject matter is that when President Joe Biden ran as a candidate, he was talking about his goal was to heal the soul of America. Have we seen any healing in America based on what you've seen taking place in America?
No, that's probably the only thing that President Joe Biden has said that's coherent about the election, that it is about the soul of America. And he's made it very clear what his worldview is about the soul of America. And it's being overwhelmingly rejected, including in the Black community. It's one of the reasons I'm really glad and fascinated that our tome, we have an annual tome that we bring out in opposition to what the Urban League does with their State of Black America. We bring out the State of Black Progress. And it just happened to just come out right at Juneteenth in an election year where African Americans are overwhelmingly saying maybe we ought to think about other ideas for how we should govern our lives going into the future. We've been believing this political promise of the Democrats for the last 50, 60 years, and we're left wanting. And now we see exactly what their side wants for the country under the leadership of Joe Biden. So we're very happy here at CURE for the timing of this tome to really be able to talk about policy differences in these two worldviews when it comes to how we do our public policy.
And I want to talk to you about that because that is significant. As you know, the Black vote, the Black electorate is always sought after when it comes election time. Donald Trump is doing something that few Republicans have ever done. He's actually going into the Black community, as he did so recently here in New York City, over in the Bronx, and stunned America by going into the Bronx, an area that is predominantly Democrat, and yet overwhelming support was shown that day. That was not something that anyone could foresee. I'm curious to know what you think is going on with regard to Donald Trump taking his message to Black Americans as no Republican has ever done before.
Well, I'm not going to agree that no Republican has ever done it before, but what I will say is that people should not be shocked that Donald Trump is going into the Black community. He's very comfortable with African Americans. He's an entertainer. He's from the Hollywood world. He knew Oprah and knows Oprah personally, and Al Sharpton. These are his friends, so he's comfortable in this community.
Why do you think his message is resonating in the Black community as opposed to Joe Biden?
Well, everybody knows why Joe Biden's message isn't resonating in the Black community, but a couple of things here, Kelly.
Hi, everybody. I hope you're enjoying this episode so far of America's Hope. If you'd like to see it in its entirety, just click on the link below. Thanks for watching.